And we are now live on Facebook. Today we are joined by Colette Normandeau, who is presenting at the conference in May. Welcome, Colette. I know it's morning for you there in Canada. It's early afternoon for us, so good timing for us both. So we're delighted to have you presenting at the conference again. You've got very good feedback before. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and your presentation.
First of all, thank you so much, Karen and Cash, to have this opportunity. It's always a joy to be with you guys. And I'm here to talk about a subject that I'm passionate about. Now, who am I? I'm an international trainer. I've been in the field for 20 years. Actually, I started my career as a trainer in business and with entrepreneurs on September 11th, 2001.
Okay.
Just as something anchored in my mind. And I wondered that day, should I continue in the field? Is this a message from the system that I should not continue? But it was a message from the system to continue in the field that I am, which is training NLP and supporting people in achieving their goals and their dreams and working with entrepreneurs. Actually, it was my first clients, and I'm passionate about supporting entrepreneurs. So since then, I've also worked in big corporate organizations with team building, supporting the leaders of the organizations, helping them develop their communication abilities, their leadership, managing the stress, developing more collaboration with the teams. So working at those levels, also helping them to create their vision and their mission, and recognizing what the values of their business is and what they want to foster in the organization. So I've been in the field for 20 years, and I've been doing it here based in Quebec mostly, and also internationally in Morocco for over 12 years.
Okay.
And I had also a school in France and in Toulouse, and I've been training also in Finland and in Indonesia and Mexico and Santa Cruz also with Robert Dilts. So I've been I'm part of Robert Dilts' leadership team for DSG, Dilts Strategy Group, and supporting the spark, bringing more SFM into the world, bringing more success factor modeling into the world. So passionate about NLP, passionate about SFM, and continuing the mission of sharing this knowledge, and these tools that are so supportive and helpful for individuals, teams, organizations, entrepreneurs, leaders. So that's a bit about myself. I'm trained in creativity and also in andragogy, which is teaching to adults.
Okay.
And human resources. I'm trained in human resources, and also, of course, NLP and hypnosis. So that's a bit about myself. I'm a Westerner. I'm not originally from Quebec. I'm in Quebec now, but for over 20 years. But I am originally from Manitoba, which is a Western province in Canada.
Okay. Lovely. So tell us a bit about your presentation, Colette. It's called Spark Your NLP Business Success, which is very sparkly.
Yes. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to renew that spark with all the people that'll be present in the training. I know a lot of people are going through challenges in the past year, and how do we deal with that? Well, it's important to look at what is your foundation of your business. So I'll be presenting actually the meta mindsets of success factor modeling. So you may have heard Robert and Mickey present SFM, but this is also SFM based, where people are going to be able to review their circle of success. And so what is their circle of success? It starts with passion. So where's your passion? How can we reawaken the passion within you? So we'll be exploring that. And then with this passion, what's the calling of the system? What is the calling of the field? What is the calling of the clients? What do they need now? And how can that passion of yours support what they need in their lives? And that will help clarify the vision of your project, your business. And then what do you specifically focus on? What type of clients? So we're going to really put the ground roots of the business. And then we're going to awaken your ambition and define what is your role in that. So those are the 5 key mindsets that we have to explore to have a solid business. And sometimes when we go through challenges, there are parts of our circle of success that we don't take care of.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we're maybe more in the soul. We're also going to be working on balancing the soul and the ego within us.
Mhm.
So sometimes we're all in the service and we want to serve and we want to serve, but we forget about the ego that takes care of our ambition. And the ambition, we have to be clear on what are our objectives in the next 3 months, the next year, and have these things that ignite us, that excite us. What do we want to achieve in the next year or so? So we'll be awakening that part of ourselves. So I can say in short that all the little cells of the body are going to be sparkling and awake, and you're going to be recognizing what parts of your business now need to be taken care of for you to generate the success that you want. And we all have our own definition of success.
Yeah.
So for some people, it might be financial, but for others, it's knowing that they're making a difference in someone's lives. So that's also something that we're going to explore. What is that definition of success? And when you have that, it's like, for me, when you clarify all these elements, it's like that star in the sky that is guiding you in the night sky. Even if it's dark, even if we're going through challenges, we'll always have that star that is guiding us. In the past 20 years, that's always been my focus. Where am I going? And what's the calling of the system? And what am I passionate about? So I really live it and I embody it for the past 20 years. It keeps me going. And sometimes I know when my energy is down, maybe it's because there's a part that I'm maybe putting more focus on and I forgot other parts of the circle of success that need to be taken care of.
We've done some work with that model, the success factor model, which is a beautiful model, and bringing all those things into balance, like you're talking about. And I think whether somebody is familiar with the success factor modeling or whether they're completely new to it, that there's going to be a gift for everyone in your session, I'm sure.
Yes. And I also, since I have been working with entrepreneurs, I have been supporting entrepreneurs, emerging entrepreneurs for the past 20 years, thousands of people that I've supported. And so I'm going to be also integrating some best practices. What have I noticed some of these people doing that are the difference that makes a difference? Yeah. As you know, SFM has been modeled, Robert modeled it from successful entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs and all these big names. But I think that the big names are also in the community. And so I like to see, I model them and discover what they do, that the difference that makes a difference. In NLP, we're always searching for the difference that makes a difference. So I'll also be bringing in other best practices so that it can enrich our NLP entrepreneurs and support them in their business.
Brilliant. So what will delegates take away from your session? Because I feel like we're going to get about 3 days worth of stuff.
Yeah. They are going to get those key skills that they need to hone into. I'm going to have them, it is a short session, but we will think fast. We will be in the spontaneity. I'll have them clarify what their passion is, their vision is, their mission, their ambition, their role. We're going to look at the beliefs that they need to review. What is the present belief that might be keeping them in a stuck state? Or maybe they're not in a stuck state. Maybe they're in just a slump or just a slowdown. With the pandemic, we've all had to revise the way of thinking, and we'll look at and see what needs to be transformed in their belief systems to bring their business to the next level. So they could be a startup in the field of NLP. They could also be maybe going through a crisis with this pandemic, and they want to know how to get out of it. Or they might be going through a transition and wondering, well, maybe I should be changing my clientele, or maybe I should be focusing more on something else. So we'll be, yeah, it's like a 3 days and an hour and a half. But it will be very practical. So I will be giving examples and doing exercises with them and bringing also best practices from my field.
Wonderful. So I know when we first all ended up in lockdown and we had an email conversation at the time about the virtual environment and suddenly being thrown into the virtual environment and what difference that makes. So how are you planning to add value in the virtual environment that is the conference this year?
Well, you know, a year ago, you would have asked me if I was doing virtual. I would have said over my dead body.
Yep.
That was my belief system. I said, no, I'm not going there. I am all about presence. I am all about doing it live. I'm kinesthetic. I love to, I would say, to touch people, but to give hugs. And I always believed that the energy needed that physical contact.
Yeah.
But what I have noticed, because I really did not 360, 180. I did a 180.
A quick flip.
A quick flip when the pandemic arrived, because we had a big program expected in Quebec with Robert Dilts. And all of a sudden, within 3 weeks, we made it virtual, and we got over 100 people, 130 people that were present. Within 3 weeks, we made it virtual. And it lasted for 6 months, the program. And all of my other programs, my master practitioner and my postmaster practitioner, we all converted to virtual. And you know what? I discovered that it can be just as amazing as in class. I still love meeting with people. But what I noticed is that energy flows even through the screen, and connections with people. What I noticed a big difference is that we can really get up close and personal. Even more than in big groups. Sometimes when you're in a big class and there's a lot of people, you may not always feel that close connection to everyone or to the trainer. So I noticed that with the virtual, well, you can feel like if you are being spoken to directly. And so for me, the virtual, I have actually discovered a new passion.
we had an interview with Robert some time ago, and he framed it beautifully by saying that when you're doing it virtually, everybody has a front row seat.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can be in your face. I can't do that in real life.
Yay!
No, I'm kidding. So no, I believe that the energy, the connection, the intimacy can go even deeper and even faster. I think because we're going virtual, we go quicker into the exercises and the elements. So. And I love to keep it alive. I know in my center, I said, well, no, what am I going to do about dancing? We love to dance. We love to move. We love to use the somatic intelligence. But hey, we can still do that on the Zoom. So we have everybody we're doing our last program. And I said, there's a choreography that we're going to be practicing, and we'll be doing it everybody on the screen at the same time. So no, there's no, it's not a restraint. So no, people will get out of it all that they need to get out of it, even virtually.
I think that's one of the things, isn't it, that we were like you, and as an association, and lots of the trainers that we would speak to would be in exactly the same frame, that belief, and it was a very interesting lesson in loosening limiting beliefs very, very quickly.
Very, very quickly. And another advantage is that this opens up to meeting even new people that you would have never had the opportunity to meet because they couldn't have made it to the training. Yeah. So I have a group where it's a small group of 8, but there's 8 different countries.
Wonderful. Wow. I was thinking when you said earlier about where you trained, and I thought actually you just train globally now because you can.
So it makes it more accessible. Yeah. So I know I love to meet new people, and I love the participants to meet new people, because I believe that we enrich our maps from that contact. Yeah. So they'll be taking a lot away. And one thing I know we learn through difference, but what I'm learning through this is that we're even more the same.
Yes, yes,
So,
absolutely. And the benefit of having the conference virtually, using the platforms that we use, is that there is an opportunity. So if somebody meets up with a couple of people in a breakout room during a session, as long as they know that person's name, they can connect with them afterwards through the conference platforms that we're using. So there is still that accessibility and that ability to connect with other people who are going to be at the conference. Possibly not quite in the same huggy way, but there's still an opportunity to connect, and that's really important, because that's what we're about as a community.
I think we're developing another sense. We have 5 senses, but we're developing the virtual sense, and that takes practice. And I think that I know my group that's been following me for the past year through the virtual said that, well, we have a different sense now. We did like a year and a half in class, and now we did another year in the virtual, and now we grasp things, and we're even better now in presence, because our skills are developed more, like calibrating and synchronizing. How do you do that virtually? Well, you can.
And what a lovely experience for those particular people who started their journey with you in person and have continued their journey in a virtual environment and noticed the difference that's made the difference. I mean, you've got it there in a core group that they're observing those things. That's just amazing.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
So you know, we've had this conversation before as well. What does the NLP conference mean to you, Colette?
First time I put my feet there, I walked in, I said, wow, I feel like I'm at home. There's such a feeling, a spirit of family, of community. I felt that instant connection. For me also, it's being in contact with the giants of NLP, and I'm always like humbled and honored to be there, because I'm like, wow, I just want to be next to them and rub and I want to show you a little video. If I can show you a little video, it's just so adorable. I hope I can get it quickly for you to see. Hold on a second. This little boy, oops, I'm getting messages. Hold on. Are you guys seeing this right here?
Yes.
I have people. So this little boy, he's drinking in the words of the book. Do you see?
So cute.
Adorable.
So when I saw that, and you asked the question of what do I take away from the NLP International Conference, it's like I'm drinking in the wisdom and drinking in the quality of being of all these people that I meet. I made connections. They become partners for me. So beyond the wisdom, there's also the friendship and the partnership, the support, the sponsoring of each other. Like we're a whole gang that we're always there supporting each other. And I think we need support. We need support to bring also our business to another level. So it's like home and family, finding family and friends and drinking in the wisdom.
I love that. I love that. You'll have to send us that link, because it's just gorgeous. Mind you, we have it now captured on Facebook. So that's brilliant. Have we got anybody with us on Facebook?
We've had a few people joining us live for the session. There are no questions, I think, because you've said it all. so I think that people may post their questions onto this video once it comes back onto Facebook. And of course, we'll be posting this on the NLP Conference website.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, I am so excited about your session, and like you say, the energy is just coming through the screen. So, and the delight for us is that this year, because the conference is virtual, we will be able to attend all the sessions as well, because normally we miss them because we're paddling furiously in the background. But because the sessions will be available for 6 months afterwards, we'll get the opportunity to dive in and enjoy every single one as well. So I'm so looking forward to enjoying your session. Which
I remember, oops, sorry.
Oh no, carry on.
I remember that's one of the things in the last, the virtual, the last on-site Congress that you had. I know I always saw 3 or 4 of my friends presenting at the same time. I said, how can I split myself into 4 to go to all of these sessions? So now I don't need to split either.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just a reminder for people viewing this live or viewing this afterwards, Colette is presenting at the conference on Sunday, the 16th of May this year. And she'll be presenting at 16:30 British Summer Time. I'm not going to translate that into all the different timings across the world. I'll leave everybody to do that. But 16:30 British Summer Time on Sunday the 16th, you will be able to join Colette live at the conference. And we really look forward to seeing you all there, and you especially, Colette.
Yes, and I look forward to greeting these people and awakening their business so that NLP is there to make a difference in the world. And it's important that we get out there. And I do believe that the new world is supported, it can be supported by NLP to bring it to where we want it to be. Robert always says we want to create a world to which everyone wants to belong.
Yeah.
And NLP is there for that. So everybody has a job to do and a mission to do, and we need to be supported in that. And well, I'm there for that.
And that's one of the things that actually enlightened us through working through the success factor modeling is you've just hit the nail on the head in terms of that is the vision of the NLP community, to get NLP out there. And we all have a part to play in that. We all have an individual mission to create that overall vision. So it's going to be amazing to see you at the conference. Your presentation is going to be fantastic. Thank you so much, Colette, for bringing your energy to the conference and bringing your energy today as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Colette.
Looking forward to seeing you guys. Take care.
Absolutely. Take care.